Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Last video we took a look at this simple Obey 40. People say it's a very good controller, but I say it's very negative. It's not very good. So in this video we're not going to use this. We're going to use a new software, My DMX Freestyler as well. Not My DMX Freestyler, My DMX and Freestyler. These are very good, easy controllers, almost, and these will be great for you guys. Here they are, take a look. So here we go, this is our computer that we're going to run off the software. Now over here, I'll zoom that in a bit, here we go. Right, so up there, right, you might see we have some other things up there, but here we have Freestyler, and well, this, I'm going to load this up. There you go, it's loading up. Try and get the camera focused in. There you go. I'll leave it here. So, here's our fixtures. Ooh. There we go. So here's our controller. Now, what we're using here, we're not using all of these fixtures, we're only using two. Using this power can right here, and we're also using some mini spiders right over here, which are moving heads. So this is able to control anything, literally any light you can think of. Using my laser is on there. It pretty much works for every single DMX controllable fixture. Now to make this work, you need to get a dongle. It's just one of these. It's cheap. These on in the internet. These are like £15. So like £15 on eBay. They're not that cheap, but they're cheap enough to get on the internet. It's very high quality metal. So if you want something quality, this is a good way to start. Or I'll just get My DMX if you have the money. It's only £100 and something for My DMX. Not so much as like normal controllers are normally worth like 200 or more. So yeah, this is much more cheap. This is just a free online thing. I don't really like it. I love to get My DMX. Here's one problem. I'm not so sure about it. Well, I've tested My DMX with this and it doesn't work. You need the drivers and everything else for the DMX controller. I don't really know why, but hey, it's something that happens inside the controller. Now if we go over to our DMX controller, if we can get them. Here we go. So, obviously here we go. So let's black out our fixture. Now what I'm using, I am using the power cans that we did use on the other video. This is basically just the same thing. We are using the same power cans, but we're using them to do different things. Now, let's see how that works, Right, so first thing you have to do, in this USB, plug it into your USB port. If you have one, there you go. And then you have to download the drivers and stuff. That will take some time to get things done. So there you go. So everything is outputting ready. So the first thing we have to put up, I'll do it on here, is bring up our shutter. Now this is we've done something called, well, I'll show you what it's called. We've done something called Fixture Crater right here. If you can see it, there you go. Fixture Crater right up there. This is able to you guys to make your own fixture. It's not on My DMX, doesn't run on My DMX, which you might find a little bit useless, but actually if you email the ADJ, they will able to make the Fixture Crater for you free. So that's much more better than going through all this hassle and all this stuff that you don't really want to go through. So we'll go up here. And obviously I have got my mini spider, we've done that, and it did take a long time. My laser, my moving head took no time at all, it just was very easy because there are moving heads out there like it. Obviously it's a bulb fixture, I would want to get an LED fixture like the pocket spots. obviously I haven't got the money yet. They're like £300 for 2 and a bag, and I would like to have something like that. But we'll see what I get when I sell my lights, if my mum allows me. I hope so, because I want to get rid of that kit. But here's the first thing. So I just have to get used to this, and it does get a long time to get used to like a programming system like this. You will need to know everything about it. Don't worry about it. It is easy to get through. So the first thing I'm gonna do, power can, which is over there. Sorry. What we're gonna do, we're gonna turn up our red. Ooh, is it in? Right, this is what I don't quite like about this. It's always something that goes wrong. So, actually, you know what? Close it down. First thing you have to do, obviously, make sure, as I didn't, make sure you go away. Make sure you, well, with Freestyle it always has to be uploaded again and again and again. That's what I hate about it. And it's version 3, and I'm thinking there's a much more better version. So, I'm going to get a power can. Actually, locate fixture. This is what I don't really like about these. No. Deselect. I just want to locate this fixture. I don't really know why, but it's not currently. It might just be a dodgy connection. This is what I hate about moving heads that don't have their DMX thing goes very odd. So hopefully sorted out the problem. There we go. Now our fixtures are output and light. Sorry about that little technical issue. One of the cables out of the mini spiders just came out. Weird. So, as we pull up the faders, here we go. Obviously there's a power can right behind us, so you'll be able to see the colours. This is your DMX controller, so basically, it's like this, a DMX controller. There you go. So it's basically like this, so you've got your fader 1, which is the shutter, or mini dimmer, then you have your red, your green, your blue, your strobe, and then your own functions like built-in programs. But we're not using this controller, we're using some new stuff. And this controller is quite cool, very interesting. And obviously you can colour mix the lights to yellow to like white, something like that, and then you can strobe. I'll turn up the blue. There you go. That's cool. So basically you can do everything that you can do with an normal DMX controller that has huge faders. You can small it down to a small computer like this. But here's one thing I like to say. Always remember to plug in your cables and make sure every single cable is in. Not like I did, so don't worry about that. But also you have to get the dongle. This little thing right here. And it isn't a lot actually, it is cheap. But I would recommend getting a branded one. This is not branded. It's a cheap Chinese one, but it is quite cool. But at least I'm outputting some DMX. I have to get used to this weird, stupid controller. I don't really like it at all. I believe everyone will say the same. But yeah, then you have your own like built-in effects. Oops. But here's one thing I quite like about these controllers, is that you can easily get up to something very quickly. And then when you don't want the fixture, oh no, sorry. When you don't want to, I don't think it can do this. Yeah. Well, in some controllers, you'll be able to see they have a blackout button. I don't think you can do it. I don't think I find it. I haven't got used to it yet, so bear with me. No. We'll just figure it out one day. Right. Dimmer. Now, this is very cool to have a gun on a computer because you might just spotted something right there. This is an Archive APC Mini, and it's one of the best, well, controllers for lighting. Now here's one thing. You can use this for Amazon Live 9, which is able to be controlled, so you can do remixes, everything you can do on this by these little faders. Get back onto Freestyler quickly. So this is very cool, and as it's USB, you can plug it straight into your computer, as you can see right now, I am, and you can output DMX. It's quite useful. So this is what I'll like you guys to see. I'll zoom in there. So this is being a little bit of a weird video because I'm just got from school, and that's a little bit terrifying, a bit. So there you go. So there's your shutter, your red, green, blue and white. So via faders of the controller, I'll zoom out now, I'll show you this, that actually, is it able? Great, here we go. Right, sorry about this guys, it's just a very, here we go. Right, so first fader here brings up a shutter. As you can see, there's a blue line going up, and I can shoot it straight back down, and then I can then bring the shutter right up. You have to bring it up first, and then you can control your red, your green, your blue, your whites, any colour. You can also control your strobe and your functions, and it is very cool. It isn't as quick as you think. There are some like slow bits, as you can see. It isn't brilliant. Obviously, there are better stuff, but what I do like is, well, the best controller that I would like you guys to get is my DMX 2.0. You can download it. It is able to download off ADJ. The reason why I like it is because it's a very professional controller. Now here's one thing. You have to buy the dongle for it. That's about £129. It's not cheap, but it is cheap if you're talking about professional equipment. It is extremely cheap and useful. I do know loads of DJs out there use it. So what we're going to do, we're going to load it up. I can't use it, sorry about that. We haven't got the drivers or this box to use it, but it's basically just the same thing. But I don't even know why it doesn't work. I'm trying to get a new software like it, but hey, I don't want you to do that, thank you. So here we go. This is our controller. Blank, done. There are better people that do this, like Joe Locke. He does a video, he does tutorials on how to control this amazing controller. You can do insane things with it. And what I really like about this is that you don't have to be messing around, keep on taking a look at your editor and all that kind of stuff. It's much more easier than you think. So what we're going to do, we're going to put in a moving head. As you can see, boom, it brings us the channel, there you go, brings us the moving head itself. So, as you can see, it has 18 channels of DMX. Now, on the Freestyler, you have to make your own, you have to do, like, it takes like a long time to make your own fixture. And, like, on the software, it doesn't really show you it. That's a little bit weird, that's a little bit worrying for most of you guys. It doesn't really work. Now, I don't really know why Freestyle is doing this, but hey, it's a crap design, I think. I don't really like it. I want to get a new one, but hey, I'll see what I get. But this is something you would really want to get, this new controller, if you have money up to £200. If you want to spend yourself on a really good controller, this is it. This is a great controller. I have had time to use it. It is insanely good. Really cool effects. You can do pixel mapping, you can do 3D effects, you can project onto video walls, do anything you could possibly think on a professional controller. It's like Grand MA. Now, if you don't know what MA is, it's actually the most professionalist controller place in the world. They're amazing controllers. People are saying they're way too big. Yes, they're way too big, of course. Here's one thing. For stages and places like schools that wanting a controller, this is easier, this is more simple and better. You don't have to spend like £200 for a new controller, like a proper desk. No, you just have to get this. And you can get like a PAR 56. There you go. Plonk it somewhere you like, and off you go. You can patch up to 512 channels of DMX. And obviously there is one universe you can get. Well, I think you can upload to get more universes. I won't think that most DJs will get over a universe, but if you're using in large venues, you'll definitely want to go over a universe to get more control out of your fixtures. I haven't got the best equipment, to be exact. I don't really know what fixtures I could use. Now on here there are loads of different things, like single channel. Here's like a scanner right here. It's like as I believe, I don't know what channels it has. Oh my god. So basically there you go. You can actually see how many channels your fixture has. I think. There you go. But you do know what the next available channel is on your controller. So you can basically use anything. So what the first we're going to do, hit editor, boom. So this will be great on any computer. It is free to download. Then you have to buy the software, but you have to buy the thing. I forgot what it's called. The dongle, sorry. And you have to buy that, but it's not really difficult, pretty much, because I quite like this. It's much more simpler because you can control the moving head, the pan, the tilt, the indexing, the strobe. Anything you even think about is able to be used on this controller. And also, you're also allowed to do your own live tab. And as you can see, there's bare people about who break this down. If you want to get this, totally get it. It's insane. You can get up to almost anything you possibly really want, and it's just an amazing controller. It's just something we really want. I will want to get one for my birthday, pretty much. So yeah, it is brilliant. So that's my DMX. Nope, I haven't got the software. Now here's one thing. Obviously there are better controllers than this, but I wouldn't want to spend like over £1,000 on lighting. I wouldn't really. I would want to get like 200 Spot Pros for that. Nothing else. Probably, if there is spare kit, I'll get it. So I would recommend getting ADJ or any other software that you find interesting but professional. Not this, not any freestyler stuff, not anything free. But it's best up to you what you want. I would really want to go for my DMX, that would be brilliant. But what I'm going to show you is what DMX is able to do. Oh, that one. Right. So, there we go. So the first thing I'm going to do, that's why I've got my little video light on, in case if stuff goes wrong. Right. So, here we go. So, firstly we've got our two LED spiders. I'll move this out of the way. Here we go. So our fixtures are now on. So, if you take a look at the channels, we've pretty much put everything on 255, which is the maximum channel. firstly, I'm going to try and use the controller if I can. No. Think that one won't work. Right, here's one thing that I'm going to show you guys. I don't really know why this is happening, but actually the controller is wanting to control this thing. Oh, there you go. I don't want to control that. Here we go. Right, so there are some things better than this, so down, down. Now as you can see, I've got 15 channels of DMX on these moving heads. Now obviously this isn't the best video I've done, there are better videos, but hey, I've just been working up tonight. It's going to be really cool. So if I go to the moving heads, there they are, the two LED spiders. They're not proper, they are not branded lights, but they're amazing fixtures they can get off the internet for under £100 for a pair. If you get the ADJ version, I will want to go for a branded light, not one of these. But if you're in the short budget like I am, or short budget like I am, definitely go for something cheap and not branded if you want, or if you want some proper equipment, definitely get some branded like ADJ fixtures. So first thing we can do, we can pan our fixtures up. That's both pan. And then we can bring up our dimmer. Obviously we won't use our strobe. Right, so here we go, we can use our segments. So red, green, blue and white. Now I find the white quite cool. It does look cool, very cool. Now it might not look stunning from where you are, but as you can see, there's literally beams everywhere. Well, almost everywhere. So what we're going to do, we're going to set the fixtures up. No, not that one. So what we're also going to do, we're going to put on our white on the other side. There you go. Now both fixtures are outputting light. As you can see, there's a ceiling. There the fixtures. I'll leave them like that. Now I'll also pan and tilt them. There you go. So this is basically just pan. And it is quite useful to get like a effect that you want. So 255. 255. There you go. Now here's one good thing. I don't really like most fixtures that do this, but there's a nice strobe. This is one thing I find out on most fixtures nowadays. They've got a reset. So in case the fixture goes a little bit doo-dah, you basically reset the fixture. I believe you can do it the traditional way, just pull out the plug and off you go and put it back in. That'll be better, but hey, they have better stuff to do. We'll put that there. So now we're going to run an effect. Now there you go, the moving heads are doing kind of a built-in effect. Now you can do this on the controller, but it's much more easier to get a controller like this. As you can see there, now they're on sound active. And they're not really responding to DMX, as until you put down the effect channel, they're back on, thankfully. Now, I didn't really like using this Obey 40 because I had to go on different pages and individually control each fader. But now on this, it's much more easier. So I may want to sell this, but I still have to use it for better things. Okay, I really love to get one of these. I really love to get my DMX. That'll be better for me. But hey, it's a good way to start. until I get using gigs, I'll see how these fixtures really work. So that's how we can use a dongle to do DMX. Now there are other cheap, well, branded things like that, but hey, I find this much more useful than most. So we'll, if it can come out of the fixture, there you go. So this, there you go. Definitely get one of these if you can. I'll close that down because it doesn't work. Go away. And yes, please. So I'll really want to get one of these. Definitely, it will be best for everyone. Not except from buying them like for to 20 or 20 or above pounds on a controller that somebody's used. It'll be best to spend something on better equipment than this, like this. Sorry. So definitely get something like this. It is useful and it is brilliant, and that's how to use it with software. So there you go, how to use, well, this thing, except from a boring old DMX controller. It's much more cheaper and again much more easier to use. There are better controllers, there are better things like this, but it's the best one I could get on the internet for only 50 quid. Now, I would recommend my DMX, something like that. It'll be best for you guys, much more easier, much more quicker. But it's the only one I have, and it's the only one I would own, well, that my dad will only get for me, except for spending £100. It's literally up to you which one you want. There are better videos than this, like different people explaining what to do with Freestyler or my DMX. If you like this, please subscribe, and as always, see you next time.